Welcome to Grade 9 Maths, Financial Maths. Okay, we've got some revision questions from the previous work that we've been doing, so we'll just quickly answer these ones for you. When we're doing algebra, we put all the stuff together, so 6 times 3 we can work out. X and y squared. How did I get that? I went 6 times 3. There's just an x, and I've got y times y. And all of this is multiplied together. Y times y happens to equal y squared. That's an x. 6 times 3 is 18, which it all came together here. All right. Same with this stuff down here. 3 times 2. 6, a to the power of 4, b to the power of 4. How did I get that? Because this is a to the power of 1, a to the power of 3. 3 plus 1 is the 4. And same with the other one. And we can do the same with this one. Negative 2 times 4 is 8. That's the negative 2 times 4 is 8. Negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 7. 2 negatives make a positive. 4 sevens, 28. Oops, 28. That's better. And how many a's have I got? That's a to the power of 1, a to the power of 1, and a to the power of 2. So that's a, 2 plus 1 plus 1 to the power of 4, b to the power of 4. All right, that's very quick. You need to go back and look at the previous work if you're not sure about that one. What are we looking at? Financial maths, understanding salaries and wages. Money is in this endless sling that we all have. We do have to give up our time to work for it, so we need to understand how the maths behind it works so we can get where we need to be in life. We're up to chapter 11.2, which is in there, and we've got a few little things that we're going to do before we get to our final test down the bottom there. We're going to start off doing exercise 11.2. All right. As a minimum, you should probably aim for these questions here in the middle. Obviously, easier ones there. These are your A-level questions towards the other end there. That gives you sort of your spectrum of where you should aim for in the exercises. All right. Employees are paid for the work in a lot of different ways. Okay, you can be a salary earner. A salary earner on the left-hand side there. You get a fixed yearly income, and if you're paid fortnightly, there's 26 fortnights in a year. We just get your total salary and we divide it by 26, and that's the amount of money you get each fortnight. If you get paid monthly, divide by 12 months, and that's what you get. There is no overtime for this. It doesn't matter how many hours you work. You're supposed to work a certain number of hours, but it doesn't matter how many you do. If there's extra work to be done, you stay back and work late. If you get an early day, that's a bonus, but there is no overtime. A wage, on the other hand, is you get paid per hour. Usually you work a certain, like a standard week, which may be say 38 hours, as it often is in Australia. Anything you work beyond the 38 hours, you get a higher rate of pay, such as, and that's what we refer to as overtime. Okay. Salaried earners are often administrative workers or people like teachers and so on, get a salary. We don't get any overtime or anything like that. Whereas the wage earners, something like say a nurse or a policeman, they can work overtime, get paid more, and hence they earn a wage because they're paid per hour that they're working. Let's have a look at some examples. Susan's got an annual salary. So annual means a yearly salary of just over 63,000. How much is she paid? We are going to divide this amount by how many weeks there are in a year, how many fortnights there are in a year, and how many months there are in a year. There's 52 weeks, 26 fortnights, or 12 months. Let's have a look at the solution. So, divide by 52 weeks. That number divided by 52 means she gets this many dollars per week, $1,212.48. Notice we are talking about an amount of money. You need the dollar sign. Same on the next one, 26 fortnights. So we divide by 26, gives us double that amount because there's half the number of fortnights, so it's double the amount, and divide by 12 months in a year, $5,000 a month. Clearly, if you're getting paid monthly, you need to be careful with your money, because when you get paid, you've got a whole 4 weeks or a month until you get paid again. You've got to make it last. Frisco works at a fast food store. What's he get paid? $12.27 per hour. So that's an important number. But that's when he works on Monday to Saturday. $24.54 per hour on Sundays. So calculate his wage for the week where he works these hours on Friday and these hours on Sunday. All right, if I'm going too fast for you on this, pause the video, read the question, and then listen to my narration. So I've underlined the important stuff there. We need to know how many hours he worked on a Friday. So between 5 and 10, that's 5 hours. And that's going to be at the standard rate of pay. He worked 3 hours on Sunday times the higher rate of pay, the penalty rate. Here we go. So 5 hours times the lower rate of pay, 5 times $12.27 is $61.35. 3 hours at the better rate of pay gives him a lot more money. We add those two together, which is this number here, put a dollar sign on it. Frisco earns $134.97 for that week for working the hours that he did on the days he did. All right, you can have a quick break if you like. Let's keep going. Right, so the normal Australian working week is 38 hours. Wage earners who work extra hours are paid overtime. And overtime means you get more than your normal rate of pay. Sometimes you might be 1.5 times your normal rate of pay. Could be double time. I used to love working on public holidays when I was doing wage casual jobs, because you'd get 2.5 times your normal pay, or what we refer to as double time and a half. So it's just whatever your normal rate of pay is times 2.5 times what you normally get, or times double time, or time and a half was 1.5 times. So your normal rate of pay times those numbers. All right, that's how he's worked out. You can have a crack at those exercises, and there's a nice little Dilbert cartoon at the bottom there. And thank you for coming today. I do have a few little things that you should have a crack at. Real world homework. Ask your parents the following questions. Superannuation. Superannuation is what you get paid in Australia on top of your normal salary. It's money, that extra money, usually at least 9% that your employer pays, that goes into a superannuation fund that you don't get to touch until you turn 65 or whatever retirement age is when you're old enough to be retired. So go and ask your parents, where's your superannuation? Who's it with? Where's it belong? How many different funds do you have? And it says here that most people in Australia generally have about 3. Why is that significant? Because these superannuation funds aren't necessarily charities. They will charge you for holding your money. So if you've got 3 different funds, then there's 3 different sets of administrative fees that you're paying for other people to hold your money until you're old enough to be retired to use it. And the last thing, and this is the killer, what are you being charged in fees? Most superannuation funds will tell you the percentage. It might be 1% fees or 2% fees or 3% fees, whatever. But what is that as a dollar amount? Because if you're being charged, say, 2% fees, and your balance in the amount of money that you've got in your superannuation is $100,000, 2% of $100,000 is $2,000. Ask yourself, would I pay $2,000 to have my money in a bank account that's not really doing much? Would you pay $2,000 just for a regular bank account? Probably not. Ask your parents these questions, see what you discover. All right, that's all for today. Thanks a lot.